You are now inside Jamaica Magazine for the next 30 minutes. Coming up,
social media can be fun, but sometimes it really drains me, mentally and emotionally.
And it's hard not to feel like everybody's better than me.
Healthy boundaries create structures, disciplinary structures at home as to when your child can be online.
So how do we help our children to navigate the digital space? The full conversation right after the news, plus the importance of fathers in the lives of their sons. I am Jabertha Atkinson. Stay with us.
Good day, I'm Twyla Whelan and this is your JS News for Thursday, May 21, 2026. The Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ, is maintaining that the country will see a return to economic growth in the latter half of this fiscal year. As the recovery from Hurricane Melissa becomes more pronounced in upcoming months, the PIOJ says growth in the range of 1 to 3% is expected for the 2026-27 fiscal year. Director General of the PIOJ, Dr. Wayne Henry, cautions that there are upside potential and downside risks to this forecast.
The upside potential to growth include 1. Early resolution to the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, and 2. Favorable weather conditions, supporting the continued strengthening in agricultural output and water production. The downside risks to these projections include 1. Unplanned factory downtime associated with aged production plants, particularly in the mining and quarrying and manufacturing industries. 2. Weather-related shocks, largely associated with the start of the hurricane season. And 3. Lower than anticipated external demand for Jamaican goods and services as a result of slower than expected growth in the economies of Jamaica's main trading partners, particularly the USA.
In the meantime, Hurricane Melissa continues to have a dampening effect on the country's economy, which is estimated to have contracted by 5.9% during the first 3 months of this calendar year, when compared to the corresponding period in 2025. For the January to March 2026 quarter, the goods-producing industry contracted by an estimated 11.2%, while the services industry is estimated to have declined by 4.1%. Dr. Henry says the hurricane's lingering effect on productive activities was compounded by weakened external demand, largely reflecting the intensification of geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, which caused disruptions to supply chains and surging energy prices. As a result, contraction in the range of 3 to 4% is also projected for the April to June 2026 quarter.
It is expected that the economy will continue to record a contraction, albeit at a lower rate, as industries continue to recover. Given the preliminary outturn for January to March 2026, the economy is now estimated to have contracted by 1.6% for fiscal year 2025-26. This revised projection compares with an initial projection for growth of 1.9%, indicating that the shock of Hurricane Melissa resulted in a loss of 3.5 percentage points in real value-added output for fiscal year 2025-26.
Dr. Henry gave the updates during the PIOJ's quarterly media briefing on Wednesday. He warned that if geopolitical tensions continue and global oil prices remain elevated for an extended period, Jamaica could face significant economic challenges. Good news for people who suffered severe damage to their homes during Hurricane Melissa. 900 container housing units have arrived on the island for distribution. On Tuesday, Minister with responsibility for land titling and settlements Robert Montague inspected the units, which are being housed at the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, storage compound in Twickenham Park, St. Catherine. He says the government will now move quickly to have the container homes installed for persons facing urgent shelter needs since the Category 5 storm.
We are now moving to build out the bases. And what we have decided to do is, rather than going through the whole procurement process to get a contractor to build out, we will be giving the recipients a grant to have them and the community build out their bases. And those bases will have to, however, be inspected by the municipal authorities and passed.
Minister Montague acknowledged the delay in getting the initiative to this point, but appealed for patience, as he stressed that the government had to ensure procurement guidelines were followed.
As much as we try to speed it up, it is better we get it right and get it right once than buck your toe and make a mistake. So we appeal to the recipients who were selected by the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. We appeal to them for their patience and understanding. We appeal to the general public to exercise a little understanding. We know persons are anxious.
2,500 units were ordered, and the minister says he's expecting 500 more to arrive within the next 3 weeks. The government will be introducing a once-only zero bureaucracy principle. This is to eliminate the process of persons doing business with the government sharing the same information and documents across ministries, departments, and agencies. It is being done through the Jamaica Data Exchange Platform, JDXP, which allows authorized government systems to verify and exchange information electronically in a controlled and standardized way. Minister with responsibility for efficiency, innovation, and digital transformation, Ambassador Audrey Marks, made the announcement during her debut sectoral debate presentation in the House of Representatives on Wednesday.
Through the once-only principle being powered by the Jamaica Data Exchange Platform, information provided once to the government can now be securely shared with consent and reused across multiple ministries, departments, and agencies, reducing duplication, improving efficiency, and delivering a seamless, citizen-centered public service experience.
Minister Marks says the Jamaica Data Exchange Platform represents a major shift from data silo to data sharing, from fragmented systems to integrated interoperable government, and from slow manual processes to real-time seamless services.
These initiatives represent a deliberate and structured approach to modernizing public services.
Jamaica is on track to become the premier intellectual property IP training hub for the region, with the proposed establishment of a training institute by the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO. The organization signed a letter of intent on Monday with the Jamaica Intellectual Property Office, JIPO, for the establishment of the Intellectual Property Training Institution, IPTI. The signing formed part of Director General of the United Nations World Intellectual Property Organization, Darren Tang's official visit to Jamaica from May 16 to 20. Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Aubin Hill, says key discussion also included updating the intellectual property policy for Jamaica.
That's now very dated, and the Director General was willing to agree to work with us to make sure we upgrade that policy and look at an implementation arrangement. This is a broad discussion. The details are going to be worked out by his office and my ministry, so you're going to hear more about that.
The proposed IPTI will be established within JIPO under the WIPO Academy's Global Intellectual Property Training Institutions program. It will serve as a national hub for intellectual property education, training, and skills development, responding to the growing demand for IP knowledge across Jamaica's business, creative, entrepreneurial, and innovation sectors. Cooperation activities under the letter of intent are expected to commence in 2027. Meanwhile, a partnership has also been struck with the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, to establish a structured intellectual property training program for Jamaican diplomats and government officials. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade and WIPO signed a letter of intent for the training program on Monday. The 3-year program will be delivered through the WIPO Academy in partnership with the Jamaican Foreign Service Institute. It is aimed at strengthening Jamaica's capacity in intellectual property training and policy development. Highlighting that intellectual property has become a crucial part of international negotiations, WIPO Director General Darren Tang says diplomats and other stakeholders need to be equipped to advocate and support the country's economic interests overseas. The initiative is expected to improve diplomats' understanding of intellectual property concepts, global IP discussions, and the role intellectual property plays in economic growth and development. And finally, the government is moving to resolve long-standing recertification issues related to the Program of Advancement through Health and Education PATH. The announcement was made by Minister of Labour and Social Security Pernell Charles Jr. during his sectoral debate presentation on Tuesday. He says beneficiaries whose cases were delayed because of unresolved status updates will be progressively cleared as the ministry speeds up its review and updating process. The minister explains that recertification is done every 4 years to determine whether households still qualify for PATH benefits or if their level of support should change. But he says a recent review revealed that many beneficiaries experienced delays because important changes affecting their household status were not updated in the system in a timely manner.
That is why the ministry is now strengthening the recertification framework to ensure that household updates are processed more efficiently, status changes are reflected more quickly, and eligible beneficiaries receive the appropriate level of support to which they are entitled.
While the recertification is underway, Minister Charles Jr. says the ministry will continue to remove persons from the program who no longer qualify for benefits. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Twyla Whelan. Thanks for watching.
Tablets, phones, iPads, computers, smart watches, and artificial intelligence. Different gadgets and technology connecting us to the digital space. But with this level of technology and the fast pace of information and communication, it can be challenging to navigate. Let's look at what it is for a child to grow up in this era and how you can help them process it all safely.
For today's children, the digital world is more than entertainment. It's where they learn, connect, and sometimes suffer. Across schools, homes, and communities, the impact of growing up online is becoming increasingly visible. Educators are seeing it, parents are seeing it, guidance counselors are seeing it, and the children themselves are experiencing it.
Sometimes, social media makes me feel like I'm constantly being judged by how I look or what I have. I feel like I'm constantly comparing myself to what I see online, and it's hard not to feel like everybody's better than me.
Being online can feel really overwhelming sometimes. I see people posting their perfect pictures and living their perfect lives, and it makes me question myself. Sometimes I wonder if I'm pretty enough, good enough, or if my life measures up. People can be really cruel online too. The comments and the messages can hurt, even when I try to act like they don't. Social media can be fun, but sometimes it really drains me, mentally and emotionally.
They're growing up in a world of filters, followers, and fast reactions, where validation can be counted and rejection can go viral. So how does this shape who they become? Child psychologist Dr. Patrice Charles King helps us make sense of it all.
This generation is growing up online, social media, and they're resolving their conflicts on social media. Matter of fact, everything that they do in their life becomes a reel on social media. And what makes it worse is that they realize that they can monetize it. So conflict resolution, having a conversation, communication, verbalizing that communication, understanding how to do it, that's all gone with this generation. They're more used to texting and now ChatGPT to have a conversation. So I think this generation, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, growing up, the disadvantage to that is that they're very emotional. And I am seeing a lot of emotionally dysregulated children because they don't know how to resolve those emotions. because everything is done online.
With so much of today's communication happening behind screens, many young people are losing valuable opportunities to develop healthy conflict resolution skills. So how can they begin rebuilding those essential tools?
Take a pause before responding to someone online. And it's not every group you need to be in. And sometimes you have to ask yourself, am I responding to this person based on a fact, or am I responding based on a fear? Am I responding because I want more likes and I'm trying to become popular online by embarrassing someone? So sometimes take a pause, give it a break, create healthy boundaries, eliminate some groups that if the group makes you feel bad, then disconnect and block them.
With digital devices now a part of everyday life, Dr. Charles King is not suggesting elimination of their use.
I think it's very important that there is a healthy balance. Healthy boundaries, create structures, disciplinary structures at home as to when your child can be online. They might have to do homework online, or they might have to study online. They might have to be on YouTube, but you can put in parental controls to monitor. It's very important that you put some form of structure in place. And something else that parents can do is encourage face-to-face conversations at home. Parents are very guilty of being addicted to their phones just as much as their children.
Beyond putting structure in place, it's also important for parents to recognize when a child may already be experiencing stress linked to their online engagement.
Are they withdrawn, insomnia, not sleeping or sleeping too much, not wanting to interact with the family at home, not eating or eating too much, so the extremes. It's more like a black and white type of thing. At school, not doing well with grades, so drastic changes in academic, not wanting to socialize with their peers. And, there are some children that would do things that are visible, cutting, just to get some form of emotional response because they feel numb and they want to get control over their situation again, so they would cut.
How do I stop social media from affecting my mental health?
Focus on creating a version of you offline. So take the time to focus on your hobbies, to focus on health, sports, do something offline that will create joy for you. Work on your identity. What do you like? How would you like to look? If there's something about you that you don't like, maybe you want to lose weight, or maybe you want to gain a little weight. But focus on yourself offline and focus on creating a better version of yourself offline.
How do I stop comparing myself to people online?
Delete some groups that are creating negative emotions and that's causing you to want to compete with someone online. And then always know this, that whatever you see online, it's what they want to show you online. The majority of it is made up. Even the bad stuff, it's made up. It's content that's monetized. And so I guarantee you that that's not the life that they're living.
As children grow up in a digital world, equipping them with the tools to protect their mental and emotional well-being is essential to helping them stay safe on and offline.
Are you living on or in possession of family land? Do you want to sell or subdivide the property? Use eLand Jamaica to search for details on the property. You can complete a title search and verify the owner before you sell the property. If your name does not appear on the title, register the land or clarify the existing title in your name before you sell. A title is a notice to the world of your ownership of land. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. The National Land Agency, one agency, one goal to serve you better.
Statistics show that boys do much better in school and later as adults when fathers are positively active in their lives. As we continue to celebrate Child Month, let's spend a bit of time exploring how to best care for our boys.
Boys, they can be curious, adventurous, talented, and sometimes a bit shy. They never refuse the opportunity to play, noisy most times, and bold. Overall, they are just boys being boys.
Welcome to Boys Day at JamaicaInformationService Primary School.
Boys Day is a yearly activity for the school. It provides an exclusive environment for one-on-one time between fathers and sons, and even for fathers to reconnect with each other.
It's a wonderful thing, and I try to be here every year. I mean, I'm coming from work now, so yes, I want to sleep a bit, but I still have to come.
It's a joyous occasion. I love him to be here with me all the time. I always want him to be with me, and I hope he can be there again.
I grew up not knowing my father, even to this day, in a society where the fathers are ever absent more often of the time. So it's important that we as men, we try to be at occasions or events where our boys will benefit and we can be there where we can, have some fun and just relax a bit.
According to Jason, the event over the years has fostered a closer relationship and greater respect for him from his sons, having an older son who also went to the school.
There's a great appreciation. They see that we are dedicated to their growth and development, and we just want to be a part of their lives all the step of the way. That's what I see, and I love that.
At George Headley Primary, the administrators believe it's important to expose our boys to information and activities that will help them become caring, confident, and responsible men.
We want you to go away learning something and put in whatever it is that you have learned into practice, because we want our boys to be real men of tomorrow.
The theme for the day was Good Boys, Better Men, Great Society.
Boys, I want to encourage you that if you really want to be a good boy and continue being a good boy, you have to be careful of a few things. So be careful of what you listen to, be careful of what you look at, and this is the third one, be careful of what you speak.
To become better men for a great society, the boys were also encouraged to take on leading roles when they get older, such as being a provider and protector for their family.
Are you willing to become a better man by working? I don't want you to sit on the corner. I don't want you to be smoking ganja and taking drugs and affecting your life. I want you to be a better man, and in that way, you can contribute to building the society.
With the lecture out of the way, the boys were all too eager to explore the different activities. In the spa room, they were treated to haircuts and mani and pedicures.
This is my very first experience, and I feel like this is very amazing. And my first time, this is one of the best things I've ever done. Trust me.
I feel very appreciated to be a boy, and I wish that my day couldn't be any better.
It feels good, really good.
It was a proud moment for the professionals who volunteered their time.
It's my first time celebrating with them. It's my privilege, however, to come out and give the boys a nice little grooming to let them feel special.
It's a good gesture, because in this time of ages, we seem to losing the boys, so we need something like this to make them feel appreciated, that they can grow to be better man for the community and society.
It was a very close competition for 5 teams of father and son as they demonstrated how well they know each other. At the end, it was a tie for Team Gilchrist and Team Powell, with both getting all 5 questions right.
I have 3 sons that live here already, and we all involved in things like this. Over the years, we participate in a lot of things together. We banter, we play sports together, we compete a lot in football, track and field together. We go through a lot of things together.
To be honest, it's a bond from birth. You understand me? So it's natural, because being that he's been around me since he was born. He sees what I see, he sleeps when I sleep, he eats when I eat most of the time, so it's something that's basically just comes natural for me.
It was also a proud moment for little Dominic, whose father helped him win the kite competition.
It's my only boy, so you know the feeling is great, being here with him, enjoying the day with him.
And it was a day well spent for the boys, experiencing the positive attributes of a father and getting the tools to model that in their adult years.
I just want to say, Judge and me need to continue moving this way and move strong, because this will do a lot for the rest of the boys in the different generations.
The school has been doing a great thing for over years, and I am so happy that I am one of them now that is here and can be participating in the activities.
Data from the Fatherless Boys Foundation indicates that the psychological effects of childhood experiences can have an outsized impact on who children become later in life. Listed among the psychological impacts of growing up without a father are that boys are more likely to be aggressive, depressed, have low self-esteem, and do poorly in schools. Boys are also more likely to be incarcerated, use drugs, and commit suicide. So how can fathers prevent these outcomes?
It's very important so the fathers can get to know more about their son, what they like, what they hate. If they're bad about anything, they can just talk to their father about it.
The best part to do is to constantly keep them motivated. Constantly being encouraging them to do what is good, what is right. You understand? And these are the activities that does that.
Whether it's your son, your daughter, or whatever, but try to be there because it's an uplifting feeling and it gives them courage and it gives them strength.
Don't run them, don't shun them. Just be involved with them, be around them.
Prioritize their feelings, because every child deserves to be heard. Build strong minds through care and support for a safer, brighter future. It starts with us. Protect their minds, shape their future.
This is where our journey ends, but only for today. Join us again tomorrow for another informative program. In the meantime, stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via X at JIS News. You may also find us on all the major social media platforms and through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the JIS production crew, I'm Jabertha Atkinson. Take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.